Hey everyone, we created tech for mental health among women refugees in. We initially wanted it to be in transit, but given like the tech connectivity issues, we thought we were gonna. Okay, that's jumping ahead. Okay, so this is emotion. We wanted our tagline to be in Arabic, but we were working on that. But we thought it's about collectively feeling better, because we feel that that's under-addressed. So emotion enables women refugees to map their well-being and anonymously connect with other women refugees. So instead of mapping geographically, we were going to map and create visualizations based on emotional well-being, and we did kind of extensive research into which kinds of emotions were most pertinent among women refugees and which that they felt that they could connect with each other. This is us. We had a really fantastic team, and everyone had really diverse experience that they brought to the table. So the challenges that we addressed, these were massive challenges, and all of us were quite passionate about addressing these issues. So mental health programs are probably the least funded, and there's a number of reasons. Mental health programs, even in this country, for UK citizens are really badly funded. So even you can imagine what the situation is for refugees. It's difficult to track progress, especially over long term, so it's hard. Therapy itself is really difficult because you can't, professionals can't track patients' progress, offer them guidance over a number of years or sessions because they're just impermanent. There's a lot of mistrust and miscommunication between people. They don't trust outsiders. There's a disconnect in the terms that are used. Anyone who's dealt with kind of mental health before, like the terms depression and stuff, are really charged. And there's a lot of silence and stigma. So what we wanted to do was bring empathy and anonymity, because those are the things that we thought challenge the challenges. So we wanted to destigmatize and empower. So who we initially targeted were women who are in European countries, because they will have access to kind of smartphones by that point, and increased connectivity. We spoke to Mordi as well, who offered really great insights into what it's like once they're here. A lot of the time they are quite bored. They're not doing that much because they're looking for employment. So we thought that this kind of feeling of connecting with others was useful. So, but the eventual user group, once we've done our testing on women in this country or another European country, it would be good to spread it to women in transit, so they'd already have a network of users who have used the product over a number of weeks or months, so they could connect to them. And so the point is that they connect to other women across any part of the journey. It's not that this part was more important or more traumatizing than the other part, that they relate to each other's experiences over the whole journey. So this is the solution. You're invited by a friend or a specific partner that we've chosen. You input your gender when you're signing up, because we were warned that men can feel jealous that there's a women-only app. So and women won't feel. And we wanted to create a safe space for women only, because we know from what Interleaky said yesterday about how women talk among themselves in the kitchen. We wanted to capture that and take it into a platform where they can track their progress and connect with others. So the app asks how you're feeling today, and it lists these emotions, and then you can briefly state how you feel, and it comes up like a little status. And then we have this visualization, and each emotion is color-coded, so you can then hover over to see where you kind of lie within this and where others lie, and it's kind of updated as people update their status. Yeah. So and you can also open a one-to-one chat. You have to. It's like you're matched, so you're requested to chat, and then you don't have to necessarily chat to the other person if you don't want to, because we understand there are vulnerable people out there. So yeah, and then we have these different distribution channels that we did research into. Oh yeah, and I'll show you the app. Here it is. Do you guys want to talk about it? These are
so this is the landing page and all pages in Arabic. And you log in, let's say we have clicked and we're done with this.
Spell your name wrong.
And then it says how you feeling today. So
these are the emotions that we found.
Emotions.
We put them in a
like,
range. So we also
yeah.
did research on which are the most positive towards which are the most negative in the kind of the spectrum.
So you can, you know, you can check this one, and then if you want, you can tell us why. And then your emotion then is mapped. So this is going to be like an interactive visualization. We haven't really like we have time to develop this part, but it's under development. And you can go to the, you know, it will show you where you are, and then these circles are going to be the other women as well. So you can click on that, and then you can have a profile and what they've written. It's really
Yeah, and so the size of the node means the activity of that person. So if someone's very active, so if you really want to talk to someone, you might choose the people who are most active in the network, given the mood that you're interested in finding out about. And then once you click, of course it's anonymous, so you don't see where they are or what's their name or any photo or anything. You just see their emotion and why they're feeling that way. If you feel related to that or identify it, you can choose to request it to chat with them.
Yeah. So the chat is also secure, and then you plan to you know, delete the chat data when we finish. And it said everything is in Arabic as well. So you have to say.
Nearly done. So then, some of the stuff that we know that there's lots of issues, especially with anonymity and the dangers of one-to-one chats, and people are very wary and suspicious of kind of human trafficking and stuff. So we are thinking about that, and hopefully that will come. So we want to eventually try and connect with mental health care providers, because that gives us a level of credibility when we're approaching potential users. We want to be able to track certain trigger words that people use in chat. So if anyone's talking about, I don't know, suicide or something, would be able to connect them to a professional healthcare provider. And they can also have maybe an opt-in service whether they want to be connected or not. We would need certain moderation and kind of flagging. Okay. But this is, and more languages. We know that there's a bunch of stuff that we need to work on, but we've already thought about that. Thank you. Sorry for running over so badly.
We probably win the award for running over. So.
Questions?
I kind of like a question and a suggestion. So my question was, for the graph, was that D3?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. My suggestion was with the drop-down list for the emotions would be to have like icons or something, because we had a big discussion about that, and it turned out to be making a huge difference.
We also discussed that to have like icons.
And we do want to make it like more visual in that way, to incorporate more icons so that it's less kind of categorized and culturally biased as well, even though icons are
For a 2-day hack, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Is there potential in future development to have more than one, like emotion selected, so a checklist, because obviously it's quite difficult to sometimes just identify one out of the long list?
But we haven't thought about that. We thought that the little bit where you can have a statement would be where you can elaborate. So if relieved, for example, didn't capture it, you could elaborate a little bit. But I think, but we were hoping that we could have like tracking of, like over this week I've mostly felt relieved, but then suddenly I felt quite frightened. So people can strike up a conversation based on the changes in emotion rather than the overlaps, I reckon.
I think that would be a bit difficult about mapping then in the kind of effective like emotion map. But something that was discussed, and also it's mentioned in the research, is that maybe some of these emotions kind of lead them to verbalize how they feel, because sometimes you don't know how you feel. So if you see kind of like a list of either like images or words that, you know, what drags you into one word mostly, depending on how you feel right now, maybe it's kind of encouraging.
And it also lets people know that it's kind of normal, that it's quite heartening to see that, oh, this thing that I'm feeling, they've thought about this, which means that other people must think about this. And that's the whole point, that they see other people are also in a similar position to them. They don't feel as isolated. Okay.
Will your app be able to cope with multiple people using it on the same device? And will it be password protected?
On the same phone?
Yeah.
So, so you can log in as a person and then log off. And essentially something that we tried, we understand that some people will have, some families will share a phone. So the idea to make it both men and women is the man shouldn't feel alienated. And of course, the man can create his own account and the woman can create her own account, but their networks will be different.
I think it would be interesting to use voice recording, because I don't know, when like verbalizing what's happening to you, maybe typing on a phone is not the most immediate way of doing it, even though it's like you don't have any other way of doing it.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're planning like user tests, so they will definitely tell us if you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
There is another one. Tina is.
Sorry, you can ask us later.
Okay.
But we're really keen on continuing this further, so if anyone's interested. I know everyone's really passionate about their own projects, but
Yeah. We're also having these plans of actually using further from MySQL, like more centralized anonymous database, blockchain style technology. So.